I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. It's time to take a look at your midday livestock trade, and we've got Kyle Bumsted, a livestock market analyst, with us this morning. And cattle are charging up again. Kyle, what's driving the market today?
Well, Lacey, that'd be the cash market here. Yesterday afternoon, we saw 385 trade on a dress basis here in Nebraska, and we also saw some 245 and 246 trading here in Nebraska yesterday and this morning as well. We've seen 237 trading in Texas as well this morning on the Fed Cattle Exchange. So most of that's, it's going over to the futures here. We are seeing some commercial buying in the spreads, with the October gaining on the D's gaining on the Fed gaining on the April, and the April gaining on the June. Same thing in the feeder cattle complex here. The index day looks like it's going to be up about 83 cents to that 333.03 mark, with the daily number going into that calculation of 340.80. And that's on a little over 1,100 heads. So we did notice that calves down in Oklahoma City yesterday were $8 to $13 higher, in some instances $10 to $20 higher. We've seen some cattle at a regional sale barn here in South Dakota this morning, weighing 1,050 pounds, and they're just bringing just under $3,500 a head. So there's some big money getting thrown around out there on this cattle complex right now. And like I said, it's the packers that come to the table here and started bidding up here early in the week. Now there is potential. I've been hearing there's whispers of a plant being down here in eastern Nebraska. I haven't heard any good confirmation on that yet, so there might be some talk about that later on today. But they said they could be back up and running as early as tomorrow.
All right, that is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. Do remember, trading futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. Consider these risks before investing. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network.
Introducing the Rural Radio Podcast Hub. In a world flooded with podcasts, this one stands out by focusing on what truly matters, rural America. Stay informed with the latest market updates and insightful commentary on Final Bell. Keep up with rodeo and Western lifestyle through Breaking the Barrier and the Nebraska Rodeo Update. And sharpen your marketing skills with Grain IQ. RuralRadioNetwork.com. The Rural Radio Podcast Hub, the one place to hear it all.
This week on the Rural Radio Network Roadshow, we're kicking things off in the Panhandle of Nebraska. We'll be broadcasting live from B&C Steel and Gearing, Schuler Red Angus in Reddington, and the Panhandle Research, Extension, and Education Center in Scottsbluff. Tune in for conversations with local leaders, ranchers, researchers, and the people who are shaping the future of Nebraska agriculture. It's the Roadshow across Nebraska, all this week on the air, online, only on the Rural Radio Network.
Welcome back. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Taiwan is reported to have bought 66,000 metric tons of U.S. corn overnight, while South Korea picked up 261,000 metric tons of optional corn. Weekly ethanol production showed production up by 18,000 barrels per day, with stocks up by 300,000 barrels on the week. And cheap Argentine wheat and expectations that Russian wheat exports will accelerate in the weeks ahead. And the European Union likely having 17 million metric tons more wheat to export than a year ago is dragging on the wheat futures this morning. And we're seeing some new lows for soybeans as well, with a solid deal not yet made with China, and the weather keeping up the yield estimates. December corn is up 1 at 4.12. March up 3/4 at 4.29.5. May up 1/2 at 4.39.5. September soybeans down 7 1/4 at 9.82 1/4. November down 7 1/4 at 10.02 1/4. Chicago December wheat is down 3 3/4 at 5.46 1/4. March down 3 1/2 at 5.65. Kansas City December wheat up 2 1/2 at 5.42. March up 2 1/4 at 5.61 3/4. September soybean meal is down 2.40 at 2.64. September soybean oil is up a nickel at 57.25. August live cattle up 187 at 231.60. October up 170 at 228.15. December up 175 at 228.50. August feeders up 155 at 337.75. September up 125 at 338.32. October up 110 at 337. October lean hogs are up 90 cents at 89.62. December up 67 at 81.47. That's a look at your markets on the Rural Radio Network.